Okay, so welcome to the tutorial on kind of accessing the Sceneri repository. What we've done is we've open sourced all of our projects internally to prepare for the desktop launch, in which then you can clone them and you can even like commit changes that we can get through pull requests inside of GitHub to be able to modify and expand the sources. So let's kind of get to it. Since this is on GitHub, I'm going to assume that you have Git at least installed. And what we're going to do is use the terminal on Mac to do this. And in order to do that, let's kind of get to it. So let's see here. Go ahead and delete this. And what I like to do is on the GitHub side of things, I need to go to this directory. And what we're going to do is go through the terminal. So it's pretty simple. You just type in CD, kind of like compact disk, but this means change directory. Let's right click on whatever folder you're doing, hold down Alt, and you can copy the path name to kind of switch the directory. So now you can see that we're inside of Git. Now what we want to do is let's go to our repositories. I'm going to click on public, and inside of this I have Stomp'em plugin and project. Most of the assets are going to be inside of a plugin, so we're going to go ahead and click that. You can see down here our thumbnail that we have and also the full license showing that this comes from Kenny. So let's go to code. We're going to click clone, and we're just going to go in and do git clone, and then we're going to start cloning this pack-in. Okay, so now that the plugin has been downloaded, we can right click and say show package contents. Inside of here we have access to all of the source content that we use inside of this. You'll notice that it's mostly environment. There'll be a separate video that shows on where all the characters are because they're actually within one zoo, so we can kind of maintain them easier. So I'm going to go ahead and click the blend file. This is a Blender file. We also supply the FBX already. And once you open it up, you'll see everything happening. And you can see the full project. So in all of these, they're also instanced. Everything is underneath the collection here. So you can see that we have this, and then it goes all the way down to 5. That means all 6 of these assets are instanced. The geometry has been cleaned for the most part. You'll see that it has like -90. But if I were to go into whatever we're doing, you'll see that the transforms and scales are full 1, and also the rotation is at 0. So everything inside of here is clean. If you do have materials, in this case we have wood, everything has been instanced and connected together. So it's not a separate FBX. And when you export everything, so like we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to select or right click and say select objects. This is basically going to select everything inside of this collection. And we're going to go ahead and export it to show kind of the same workflow that we had before. So we have Stomp'em right here. If you want to completely overwrite that, I recommend that you have to click selected objects and then go down into the scaling, do FBX all, apply a transform, and none of this else matters because we're only doing static geometry. So I'm going to go ahead and click export FBX. And now you can see that we have a brand new asset.